As you prepare to engage with research, a core concept to keep in mind is scholarship as conversation. This is the idea that scholars and researchers in a field are engaged in ongoing conversations with each other through their work. In these conversations, new ideas and research findings are being shared, analyzed, and debated. The sources that you engage with as part of your research can be thought of as voices in this conversation, each one providing the unique perspective of a researcher or group of researchers. These conversations take place through books, journal articles and other types of publications, conferences, and even through academic social media. When a researcher publishes a new article or presents at a conference, other researchers in the field will review and discuss the findings. The other researchers may raise questions about the new findings or debate their significance. They may make connections between the findings and other works, make suggestions for new directions for research, or even reject the new findings. When you cite sources in a paper or presentation, you are in a small sense participating in the conversation because you are highlighting which specific voices you have used to help develop your argument. As a result of these ongoing conversations, for some topics, a consensus may develop over time within the field. As more and more findings are published that share similar results, scholars in the field may come to accept certain things to be true. In many cases, however, you will find that there are multiple competing perspectives on specific topics or research questions. The conversations are ongoing, so as new findings or perspectives are presented, the shape of the conversation might change. The notion that scholarship is a conversation is a core idea that is shared among researchers across disciplines, although it is not always explicitly discussed. It also underlies many of the expectations for how we conduct research. For example, it is difficult to develop a relevant research question unless you are already aware of the conversations that have been taking place within your field related to your topic. To develop a research question, you have to know what types of questions are relevant to your field, which specific questions about your topic have already been asked, and which specific questions have not yet been answered. All of this requires significant engagement with the existing conversations in your field. The literature review component of a research project is closely connected to the idea of scholarship as conversation. As you conduct your literature review, you are familiarizing yourself with the conversations that have been taking place related to your topic. When you write a literature review or an annotated bibliography, you are highlighting the specific voices in the conversation that are most relevant to your own work and have in some way impacted your own research. When you provide citations to the sources that you use, not only are you giving credit to the contribution that the source made to your research, you are demonstrating that you engage with the relevant conversations on your topic. As a researcher, you have several responsibilities related to the scholarly conversation. It is expected that you will become familiar with the existing research related to your topic, and that you will use that research to help guide your own process of inquiry. You are expected to provide appropriate attributions to the sources that you used, and perhaps most importantly, you are expected to contribute to the conversation by providing a new argument or interpretation or analysis, and by sharing your research with others through conferences, articles, or in other forums. It is important to note that different disciplines may have certain conventions for how the conversation in the field take place. You will likely be expected to learn the etiquette for your field, for example, how you are expected to refer to other scholars in your work. In summary, scholarship can be thought of as an ongoing conversation in which research findings and ideas are being shared and discussed. Whatever topic you have selected, you are likely entering into the middle of the conversation. As a result, you cannot usually take a single piece of scholarship to represent the whole of the conversation. Instead, you will need to engage with multiple sources so that you can understand the broader conversation that has been taking place. As a researcher, you will be expected to engage with the existing conversation in your field and to contribute your own voice.